A movie where 25-year-old supermodel Kathy Ireland travels to the center of the earth, to the lost city of Atlantis to find her father? Sign me up. This 1988 movie is directed by Albert Pyun, who did Cyborg. I don't know if he did other great ones, but we'll get to one of his worst ones pretty soon, Robot Holocaust. But for now, let's review Alien from LA. This movie starts out in LA with Kathy, who plays Wanda, and she's asking her ex-boyfriend Robbie why he dumped her, and she wants him to list off reasons, so he has to be mean.
What don't you like about me, and I'll change?
Alright, your glasses make you look stupid, your hair's ugly, you dress like a nerd, you walk like a clod, and your voice gives me a headache. Is that enough?
We learn her dad is an explorer, and he hasn't been around in 10 years, and her mom died in a car accident. Her friend drops her off to work, and she asks God to make something happen in her life. Then we see her father exploring an ancient temple, and he goes up a staircase into the dark, and we hear a scream. Someone drops off a letter from Africa, and it tells her that her father is dead, and that he fell down a bottomless pit. Who found the body? How do you know he's dead? Well, she takes this as a sign, and she gets a plane to Zambal. Her father's colleague tells her how he's been searching for the center of the earth, and then she falls asleep while talking and sitting up. And then later, she goes through his books and finds some alien information.
They arrived on Earth with the idea of colonizing. The Atlanteans' giant spaceship served as their floating city. It sank into the bowels of the Earth during a volcanic catastrophe.
She opens a door which leads down into a cave. It's where her father worked. She finds a lantern, a flashlight, and a rope, and she's in the same temple. Very convenient. It's like it was right below his apartment. With all those items, she's obviously ready for a quest, but she clumsily knocks things over, which starts the roof to collapse, and she has to run up those stairs, and she falls down the same hole. It was a long fall, so I'm not sure how she survived. She finds a pocket watch and some footprints. She's underground inside a large map painting, and she sees weird guys trying to hurt another guy, so she throws rocks at them.
Tell us!
No.
Oh, Robbie! That girl's got big bang!
She talks Gus, who's clearly from Australia, out of killing them because it's wrong, and then he tells her that she's in Atlantis, but the actual city of Atlantis is a day's ride. She's actually in the wastelands, and she begs him to take her into the city. She breaks her glasses, but we never actually see that she needed them, and that's a cool vehicle, I gotta say.
Better put these on. Gets kind of muddy out here.
Where are you from, anyway?
It's a long story.
Well, it's a long ride to Atlantis.
She tells him her story and he just thinks she's crazy. Then we get a very human gas station. They get to the city, it's very industrial, and she's watching TV and being eyeballed by a lot of people. The broadcast says that there's been an alien that's been captured, and Gus tells her to lay off the surface world talk. They head to Roeyis' saloon, and Roeyis knows Gus. She used to be his fiancée before he walked out. Wanda gets a machine makeover, and Roeyis lends her some clothes, says it's pretty dangerous for strangers out there.
Where are you from?
From out of town.
It's dangerous for strangers in Atlantis these days. People get kidnapped. No one ever hears of them again.
The government house is interrogating her father, Professor Arnold, and Wanda decides to wander the streets as Gus is apologizing to Roeyis. Some hobo chick plans to drug Wanda, and Gus just walks by and saves her casually. Then they head off to a weird restaurant because I guess the saloon doesn't have any food. Gus starts eating some worm-filled sandwich, and then he heads off to make a phone call, and crazy hobo chick goes there and just injects her with the thing and walks her out. I guess you could just walk out on your bill in that place too. We see death fighting cages in an arena, and Shank, our hobo chick, brings her to Mambino, who pays her 400 shiny ones. Shank then goes off trying to sell information about the alien so she can make even more money. Gus goes looking around the area for her, and he sees Mambino carrying her outside, and when Gus shows up, everyone thought he was dead.
Gus!
I thought you was dead.
Oh, I'm back.
We never did anything for anyone. Too selfish to be a hero.
Gus fights Bambino's stooges and she helps, so they escape, but then they get separated because she falls off something again. He tells her to meet at Roeyis' place, and then Shank sees her and the chase is on, and the police are after some fugitive, which, is her. They put out an ad for a lotto. If anybody finds her, they get the money. She manages to wander into a shop and get some clothes. They give her troll clothes, extra large, because she's big boned. This is a fucking supermodel, guys.
Perhaps Madam would like to look at some troll leisure wear. Extra large, I think.
Gus finds the professor and he thinks that he'll help Wanda because he was kicked out of the university for talking about the surface world. Wanda's got the outfit update, less sexy, more desert-like, and she continues to get chased, and she gets saved by a guy named Charmin. Not like the toilet paper, I think he's supposed to be like Prince Charming, but, they cut down the G to make it Charmin. That's what they did. He has to save her again a few times, too, and he asks if that's really her voice.
Okay, maybe I might help you. It's only because I'm a sucker for big-boned dolls in trouble now. Tell me your problems, and I'll decide if I've got the time.
Well, that started when I was 10 years
Wait a
old.
second.
What?
Is that really your voice?
They talk and flirt in between attacks. She gets choked, but her voice doesn't change. You had an opportunity there to fix this. Charmin ends up kissing her before sending her off and fighting with more people. Shank finds her again and she's grabbed by the General's men and arrested. And then she gets driven past Gus, who just sees her casually going. So he's working on a plan to rescue her. General Rykov is talking to Lord Over, and she thinks that these aliens are spies, but Counselor Triton is trying to send them back up because he thinks it's a complete accident they're here.
I believe the aliens are spies being sent down to report on our capabilities, Lord Over. We must mobilize for war and we must launch a massive retaliation.
You're overreacting, General.
They're here to enslave us.
Lord Over wants to meet Wanda, and he talks to her, and he gets to know her a little bit, and I think he realizes that she is here by accident because she's looking for her father, and her father does show up. But Gus is also searching for her, and though I think he would have sent her back up, Gus decides to rescue her anyways, and the chase is on. Rykov is after them, and the two professors, they argue about some of their theories.
Professor Saknussemm, I have to disagree with you. According to my data, the incline of the surface world has changed slightly.
I don't doubt your knowledge, Professor, but I've spent my life studying and searching for the center of the Earth, and I obviously did find it.
Gus says goodbye to Wanda as he says he needs to go back to Roeyis if she'll take him, and then the General shows up, but Crassus knocks her out, and they head back up.
I never finished anything in my life. It's about time I did. I want to go back to Roeyis, if she'll take me.
She'll make you richer than any mine, Gus.
Wanda wakes up to her Aunt Pearl, and they dream tease us, but then her father's there, and she heads back to LA. Robbie shows up, and he's like wanting her back. Well, too late, bro. You blew it. And then Charmin shows up on a motorcycle. The end.
Excuse me. I was wondering if you could help me out. I'm a stranger around here. Another time.
Crazy.
I mean, what do you say about this? Kathy did okay, thrust into a leading role she probably wasn't quite ready for. She's done good work in comedies like Loaded Weapon and Necessary Roughness. I really liked her in that one. I also really like Gus and Roeyis. Gus's accent was funny because he kept talking like he was grumbly and mumbly and he was completely an angry guy, just miserable as fuck. But it was entertaining to watch. It was bad but entertaining.
The other guy looked a lot better in his own clothes.
Sorry about running out on our wedding.
What's a year with no word?
I know I hurt you.
No, you don't.
The character of Wanda's father, Arnold Saknussemm, is a reference to Arne Saknussemm from Jules Verne's Journey to the Center of the Earth. As for locations, they range from South Africa's deep digging mines and on the outskirts of Johannesburg. I feel like I keep seeing these titles that lead to me watching the trailers and getting all excited. Oh, this is going to be a fun, bad movie to watch. And they're always featured on Mystery Science Theater 3000, which is usually a bad sign that they're very painful to watch. But this one actually didn't bother me that much. This was pretty much what I expected. It was kind of enjoyable in a bad kind of way. Definitely Sunday afternoon kind of movie. In the end, I don't know if you'd ever watch it, but it's not going to kill you if you did. Well, as always, thanks for watching.